there once. Single parents, hate your appearance. Did you struggle to find your place in this world? And the pain spawns all the anger.
Hey, what's up guys? Andaull here today, bringing you guys another cartoon conspiracy. So in this cartoon conspiracy, we're going to be talking about how everybody in Scooby-Doo, the mystery gang, is basically draft dodging. They don't want to go to Vietnam, they don't want to go to the war, so they're basically on the road to Canada to avoid the draft. So I'm basically going to read a little bit of this, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions each time I tell you about somebody. With that said, I want to let you guys know I haven't uploaded in the last month because I've moved twice in the last month. I went from my mom's to my dad's, from my dad's to my grandma's. There's personal reasons behind it that I'm not going to explain, but I have moved. So now I am finally settled in, so I am back into the YouTube thing. I should be back on my weekly schedule, but I do want to add some series to my channel. So it might not be weekly, it might be daily, it might be every other day. I don't know what's going on yet. I will let you guys know when, and a channel update basically. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So it says here that the show's premise seems to be fairly innocent unless you see it taking place in the real world of America in 1969, the year the show debuted. And you start to wonder how four mismatched kids wound up living in their van while on an endless cross-country road trip with no clear destination. After all, the show never really bothered to tell us where they were driving all that time, right? The answer, it's 1969, the Vietnam War is at its height, and millions of directionless young people are desperate to avoid being drafted into military service. Hence, they're on the road to Canada to dodge the draft. Consider all four kids in turn. Shaggy is the classic hippie, a long-haired jive talker with an internal case of the munchies, who only goes by his nickname. You don't question his decision to go off the grid and live in a van with his dog because it seems completely natural for a kid like that in 1969. He named his van the Mystery Machine because he dreamed of pulling a Jack Kerouac and finding the answers to life's mysteries on the open road. And he took his beloved Great Dane with him. Fred is the comically clean-cut suburban kid who seemingly has no reason to leave home and hit the highway. While you don't question Shaggy's decision to go nomad, you really have no wonder about him. But of course, there's a reason. His draft number just came up and he's decided to leave home for a new life in Canada. Daphne is Fred's beloved fiancée who's opted to follow him north. Fred didn't want to go to Vietnam because he couldn't bear to leave her, so she joined him in his roundabout travels. Velma is the rebellious young anti-war activist devoted to standing up for her ideals at any cost, with the short hair, black glasses, and baggy sweater. She looks like a character of a Vietnam protester from 1969. Because that's exactly what she is. She joined Fred's group to flee her old college campus when a protest turned violent, and she feels a protective instinct towards Fred, because he's a draftee in danger of being sent to his death in a war that she opposes. All of the mysteries that we could see in the course of the show are just diversions that the kids encounter on the road to freedom in Canada. At heart, the show is a journey into the American heartland from the perspective of four disillusioned children of the 1960s. The show takes place in 1969, the year that it came out. Fred's a draft dodger on the run, Daphne's his fiancée, Shaggy's a nomadic hippie, and Velma's a campus activist. So basically, they're all trying to avoid going to the Vietnam War and having to be in war, so that's why they're going to the road to Canada, because you cannot be drafted into a Vietnam War that the United States is in if you are in Canada. So basically, they're going to Canada to get out the war. They don't want to go, and they basically just want to, you know, be free. They don't want to be, you know, in the line of fire, almost could possibly die. And basically what's going on the way to Canada is what we see in the show of, like, the people, like, covering, like, being monsters and shit like that. With that said, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys have, be sure to leave a like, be sure to hit that subscribe button below, and you know what, leave a comment on my comment section below telling me what cartoon conspiracies you guys want to see, and I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Andaull, and peace out.